Thor News presents Dow 15,000 now, Dow 20,000 soon. Who can fight the beast, bitches? Alright, we've got Dow Jones 15,000. Where are the Dow Jones 15,000 hats? Oh, they're everywhere. We can thank Ben Bernanke and the Federal Reserve for this wonderful accomplishment. Thanks to quantitative easing 1, quantitative easing 2, quantitative easing 3, and quantitative easing forever. We have reached this milestone, and I imagine it won't be long until we hit Dow Jones 20,000 hats. Especially the other day, Ben Bernanke announced that if quantitative easing forever wasn't enough, he is more than prepared to up the $85 billion spent a month on treasury bills, treasury bonds, mortgage-backed securities, and others. Here is the rub. For thousands of years, alchemists tried, in vain, to turn lead into gold. Well, and why is Ben Bernanke the most powerful man and alchemist on the planet? Simple. He figured out how to turn paper into gold. Remember, Bernanke was appointed under Bush and reappointed under Obama. Now, if their fiscal and monetary policies were so different, why would they both pick the same guy who's the most powerful man in economics in the entire world? Can you answer me that? I bet you can. Now, in case you don't know what a mortgage-backed security is, it's basically where they take the debt of your house, they chop it up into a million pieces, and they stuff it into a big giant burrito of debt, and then they sell that big giant burrito of debt for money, on the estimation that if you make all your payments on time, that whoever owns that big giant burrito of minced up debt will then make money. It's pretty crazy. Like, it's totally crazy. It's insane. They'll take like $100,000 of debt and they'll sell it for like $110,000 when it's just the debt of debt of debt. But we've gotten into a society now where debt is money. So if you are broke and you have a lot of debt, that means you are rich. You should be happy. Yeah, some people are predicting a crash, and anytime the $1.3 quadrillion derivatives bubble could pop, I think that as long as Bernanke and co. are pumping billions of dollars straight into the markets will continue to go higher. And that, remember, in a fractional reserve system, when they create a dollar, the banks can then print out $9 in credit. And then that credit can be leveraged. So we are creating insane bubbles. But hey, America loves bubbles. The financial system loves bubbles. Like Jamie Dimon said, when his daughter asked him at Daddy-Daughter Day at school, what is a financial crisis? He said, something that happens every 3 to 4 years. Well, yes, America, this is the state of your beautiful economy. You can be proud. You know, it's like the stock market is a giant beast, and we are doing everything we can to make that beast happy. Because the beast is what controls the economy. Or the beast is the economy. I don't know. All I know is that when corporations are doing everything they can to make shareholders happy, and the government is doing everything they can to make shareholders happy, people end up screwed. If you are not a shareholder, you, my friend, are getting screwed. 95% of Americans are not aware of fiscal or financial or monetary policy. I guess maybe you can print to infinity. I guess maybe you can print your way to prosperity. I guess they should have just put the printing presses at warp speed a long time ago. Too bad. So sad. But these are interesting times indeed. And to tie in the Planet X, Comet Ison, and the Beirut crap, the only thing that would explain every central bank on the planet putting their printing presses to warp speed would be some outer space event they knew that was coming, let's say 9 months from now. If they knew some giant planet was going to fly by and fudge shit up, then they'd be like, okay, yeah, let's just max out the dollar. And so that way it will have it collapse right before or right after the giant planet comes. I mean, how else could you explain every central bank in the world printing billions and trillions and quadrillion, backstopping every financial instrument out there, not throwing any of these guys in jail? I mean, you even had Eric Holder, the Attorney General for the United States of America, say that these banks are too big to prosecute. So if we were to prosecute them for laundering money to the drug cartels, laundering money to terrorists like Al-Qaeda and Iran, then that would cause systemic unbalance in our economy. So for the good of the economy and the stock markets and the beast, we gotta let them do whatever they want, which is why we haven't had any real criminal prosecutions since the financial crisis of 2008. Now, what have they changed since 2008 and the entire credit system froze up and the global economy almost collapsed? What have they changed? Nothing. They've just given them trillions upon trillions upon trillions of dollars. They didn't even ask, how'd you lose all that money? They just said, here, you lost a bunch of money? We'll give you some more money. Now that is FUBAR. I mean, but it's a FUBAR economy, you know, and everybody loves it. Everybody's like, this is great. In God we trust. And God wants us to print. Well, my God does not say that. My God says, love God above all else and be good to your neighbor. Now, maybe the whole quantitative easing thing would work if they quantitative easing equally to everybody. And another thing, like, for you people who use socialism, that word has been dead for a long fucking time, man. Socialism, that word is dead. That is probably the most abused word out there, socialism. This isn't fucking socialism. This is like Skynet corporatism, where corporations own you and run you and make all decisions. Socialism is dead. So if you're using that word, you're using like a tooey bromide. That is a Fountainhead reference. I know most of you guys are probably Atlas Shrugged, but I am Fountainhead all the way. Anywho, you know, I think at first they were going to call it qualitative pleasing, but they thought that sounded too naughty, so they changed it to quantitative easing. Anywho, I know nobody's probably watching anyways. Economics is as boring as wonky as crap. And I tell you what, during that like 1 or 2 years that I was obsessed with economics, not a single girl wanted to kiss me, which is great because now that I'm obsessed with icing and Planet X, there's like a fourth of a girl that wants to kiss me. So that's 25% better. Okay, great. Anyway, thanks to Zero Hedge. Zero Hedge is the best place to get your update economic information. And thanks to GLP, you guys are pretty much my go-to media sources. Anyway, these are strange times in America. God bless everyone. And we need to make some plans in case something happens. Because remember, the economy almost totally collapsed in 2008. The economy almost totally collapsed in the debt ceiling crisis. The economy almost totally collapsed with the European scandal. Like, how many times have we had the economy almost totally collapse? You would think that at some point, the fiat currencies are going to collapse. A fiat currency is a currency backed by the faith and confidence of the government. How much faith and confidence can a government, 16 trillion in debt, really have? But as a nice gentleman explained to me once, our dollar is backed by the most powerful military in the world, which doesn't necessarily give me a lot of confidence. I mean, I have confidence in our military and our boys, but I don't have confidence in the people who are running our military, and I don't have confidence in the Federal Reserve. So maybe they'll do some things that'll give me some confidence. I don't know what those things are, though. They actually seem to be a bunch of dickheads. Like, not even white-collar dickheads. They're like gold, platinum-collared dickheads. Who've like never stepped foot in a Best Buy or ordered off a dollar menu. Okie dokie. Seriously, and we haven't even gotten into the $1.3 quadrillion derivatives market. I mean, that shit is real. Derivatives are like the phoniest financial insurance ever. Mortgage-backed securities, synthetic CDOs, synthetic debt objects, synthetic debt instruments. Man, this is some crazy shit. Anywho, I guess I can just ramble now because nobody watched. Nobody definitely watched this much or listened to this much of economic talk. But maybe there's one hot chick out there. Hey, baby, I love you. I love you. Come give me a hug. Okay, great. And man, if you've been paying attention to the I'm still a fan of physical gold and physical silver. And if you've been watching the smackdown on physical gold and physical silver, well, it isn't a smackdown on physical gold and physical silver because China, India, physical gold buying has still been insatiable. It's a matter of paper gold and paper silver, which the market is flooded with. And they have been regulating the price of gold and silver through paper gold, GLD, and paper silver, spitter silver. So I mean, I think if you hold and bury your gold and silver somewhere in the backyard, eventually that shit's gonna be worth a lot. But you're gonna have to wait for a catastrophic economic event to happen, really. And at that point, it'll be very Mad Maxian, and I would think a good team and good preparations will be the only things that will help you. I'm glad I live in Texas, though. I'll tell you that. I hope your state is as prepared and as awesome as well. Anyway, God bless everyone. All this too must pass. Remember, the day the fiat currencies die, nobody technically gets hurt, but there will probably be some type of a power vacuum. So at that point, we will be able to remake everything. The chalkboard will be wiped clean. We will have a chance to create a system greater than ever before in the history of mankind. And that is kind of exciting. I think at the end of the day, 85% of people really do just want to live, be happy, love, and if we can get those 85% pretty head screwed on straight and sane, I think things can turn out okay. Anyway, alright, later.